Tune in, rev it up, let's take a spin. The World Report's where the fun begins. From handlebars to world affairs, Rick and Joe are taking you there. It's the ride of your life, come on, don't hide. Rick and Joe, it's a wild, wild ride.
I like that song.
This is the Rick and Joe T.
World Report.
I started to say that the other one.
Yeah,
the World Report, coming to you from almost downtown Dallas.
Yeah.
Today is show number 2. And
I'm tired from show number 1.
That was a week ago. The date is February the 16th.
Yeah.
2025. So, Joe, what have you been doing?
Nothing. Working.
Working's good.
Selling stuff.
So you sold an assisted living place in Lawton?
No, Edmond, Oklahoma.
Oh, same thing.
It's not the same thing. Lawton is closer to Sayre.
Right.
It's not that close to Edmond.
No, I like Lawton better.
Yeah.
That's the one closest to Sayre?
Yeah.
That's the one I like.
It's all
better.
Oklahoma. It doesn't really matter.
It's all Oklahoma.
Okies. That's the next thing right under Yankees.
Is Okies? I love Okies. My kinfolks are Okies.
Mine are too. My dad was an Okie.
Right.
So, but, there's always the black side of the family, the dark side of the family that you don't want to acknowledge.
Okay. Send your complaints to J. Tim Moore at McKinney.
Oh. I'm getting used to this thing now.
Last week we talked about the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And did you see they had the big Super Bowl celebration in a...
Well, they tore up Philadelphia.
They tore up the city.
Why would they do that?
They do it on every city.
We need to call Zelensky and ask him what's up with all that.
Oh, I think they just get so excited, and it's young people doing it. I bet there wasn't one person over 40 years old that was tearing up the city.
Well, that's because they don't own anything.
They don't own nothing.
So they're tearing up somebody else's stuff.
They're flipping cop cars and...
Get close to the microphone.
They were flipping cop cars. How's that?
That's better. I can actually hear you now. That's what these are for. Did you understand what this thing is for?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm used to the professional ones that we clip on your shirt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, this is your stuff, so
what's
why didn't you get
the inside of your hat say up there?
Daytona.
You should wear it flipped up like that.
No, I should not. No. I don't wear my hat backwards. I don't wear my bill flipped up.
I've seen you wear your hat backwards before. I don't have my nose
pierced. I don't do any of that.
No. So do you know the Super Bowl wins the ratings every year?
It's like 100 million people or something watch?
I don't remember, but some crazy number.
Hold on. Wait, I'll find out. What's this? How many people watched the Super Bowl this year? Let's see what they say. Okay.
What is your final answer?
It's getting it. Most Super Bowl watched ever. 137 million.
Do you know what the most TV viewing ever was?
What? When they killed JR?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Positive.
What?
The most time that people sat in front of a TV and watched one thing.
What?
The moon landing.
Oh. Were there that many TVs back then?
It's 1969. It was, July or something of 1969.
So there was more than 137 million
watched? Google it. I saw it on the internet. It's got to be true.
How many people watched the moon landing on TV? I love this thing. You can find out anything you want to know. The Apollo, it's slow. It's because you got crappy internet back here.
What a complainer you are.
Okay, it's still
So that's what they say is the moon landing. A lot of people don't believe.
600 million.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's everybody
That's
watched
worldwide.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's more than the Super Bowl.
Times 6.
Yeah. Wow.
If you remember, I remember my grandma ran a place called Gulf Insurance Cafeteria.
Yeah.
She ran the cafeteria, you know. So back in those days, and maybe still, big companies provided a cafeteria for their employees.
Was it Gulf Insurance?
Gulf Insurance.
I think a girl I dated in high school, her dad was president of that.
Is that right?
I think so.
So my grandma ran the cafeteria. You know, they opened early for breakfast, you know, like the people that were coming to work could eat breakfast, and then they had lunch. And she had a dishwasher named Timmy.
This scares me. Where are you going with this?
I'm trying to tell you if you shut up long enough. So she had a dishwasher named Timmy, and me and Rand would have been 12, 13 years old in 69. Timmy was probably in his 40s, and Mima said, "Don't talk to Timmy about the moon landing." And we said, "How come?" And she said, "Because he doesn't believe it's true." So what's a 12 and a 13-year-old going to do when
Go talk to Timmy about
we went to talk to Timmy because we helped wash dishes.
Yeah.
So we said, "Hey, Timmy, did you see the moon landing?" You know what he said? He stopped what he was doing, and he said, "Do you believe that was real? Does your mind really think that was real?" He said, "You get out there and you look up there at that round light in the sky and you tell me man walked on that thing." And I said, "We did. It was on TV." And he said, "That was a cartoon. I've seen it. I've seen the Roadrunner and the Coyote." Didn't believe it. But supposedly lots of people don't believe it was true.
I think that's all past. That's just people trying to make up stuff. Do you believe it?
Of course.
Okay.
I watched it.
It's like, well, see, TV back then was like the internet now. If it's on the internet
It
or
was-
on TV,
had to
it's
been
got to
true.
be true.
Yeah, no, but even today, there's people that don't believe. I talked to a guy in the last year that doesn't believe that was true.
There's people that think Biden is very smart, too.
He's not President Musk, that's for sure.
There's no such thing as President Musk.
I told you, if you're going to talk politics, I'm going to say President Musk.
What is wrong with you?
I don't want to talk politics.
I wasn't. I just said Biden's an idiot. That's all I said.
Why do you even bring that up?
Because it aggravates me that we had an idiot for a president.
He wasn't the first one. There's been lots of them.
Name two more.
I don't keep up with it, and I wouldn't name them if I knew them. So,
Don't touch the butt.
what is the least visited state in the United States?
Got to think about this.
It's pretty obvious.
Obvious. Why would it be obvious? Mississippi. Where is it?
Right over your head.
Oklahoma?
Way over your head.
Nebraska?
Way over your head.
South Dakota?
Way over that.
North Dakota?
There you go. North Dakota. You
Really?
do the clapping one. Do the clapping one. That's not
Oh,
it.
that ain't it.
You got a clapping one on there.
No, I don't.
Bessler. Oh, it's a laughing one.
Yeah.
Bessler,
Wait a minute.
Most impressive.
There you go.
Bessler, would it kill you to put a clapping emoji on there somewhere?
He's got this one.
Yeah, that's what we say when we're bored.
Yeah. Is it North Dakota?
North Dakota is the least visited state in the United States.
Really? Well, I guess
Yep.
they really don't have that many cities.
So we had a good day yesterday. You know, the weather.
Wait a minute. Stop. How did you go from the least visited state?
I'm trying to provide content because you ain't doing nothing. That's what that deal is.
I'm
That's
trying
how
to
that
respond to
works.
what you're saying.
I'm
And
past
you're
it.
moving on. to
I'm
stuff
moved
that has
on.
nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it. So,
You are fake news.
so yesterday was a typical Texas weather. It rained until 11. The
Right.
streets dried up at 1.
And then it was 65 degrees.
It was 70 degrees.
Did it?
And then by 3:30, the cold front started blowing in.
Yeah.
And now it's cold and windy out there.
Yeah, I got out and did my walk last night, and it was like 35 degrees, and the wind was blowing. And
Right. Do you walk no matter what?
Yeah.
How far are you walking?
A mile right now.
Once you bump it to 2 for next week's show.
I'm getting there.
You've been telling me a mile for a long time.
No, I hadn't been doing this a long time. Only been doing it for a little while.
So the Kyle Petty charity ride, we do the. Stick with me, Joe. Hang
we need
in
a
there.
flag or something. You remember the old ponchos? You raised your flag?
Yeah.
We need a flag from ponchos that says, I'm changing subjects.
Can't you keep up? Can you keep up?
Not the way your brain works.
So the Kyle Petty charity ride, this is the 29th year.
Yeah.
29th year. So
Yeah.
we've been
5 or 6 times.
5 or 6 times. We're going this year.
Yeah.
Starts in Traverse City, Michigan. I've never been there.
Neither.
Where's it at? And you told me you went to Traverse City. It was beautiful.
I think I went in there one time. It's been a long time ago. I don't remember it. I was in there on business, so I was like in and out.
And it's going to,
Hot Springs, Virginia.
which is where George Washington had that hotel.
Right,
We
that
stayed
big
there.
old hotel in Hot Springs, Virginia. It's right on the West Virginia border. It's real close to
Right.
West Virginia.
Right.
But we're going to come down. We're basically going to kind of follow the Great Lakes. We come from Traverse City. We're going to go to Detroit. And at Detroit, we're going to go to the Henry Ford.
Detroit.
Detroit.
That's how Yankees say it, Detroit.
How
People
do-
from the South say Detroit.
Detroit. Okay. We're going there.
Of course,
we're
you're
gonna
from
go to
Amarillo. That's pretty north.
we're going to go to the Henry Ford Museum.
Oh, that'd be great.
And then we're going to come around and go to Cleveland.
Oh, there's
We're going to go to the
nothing
Rock
there.
and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I want to see that.
And somewhere in there, I don't know where that is, we're going to, what's the big racetrack?
Texas Motor Speedway.
No, that ain't it. I can't think of it.
Yellow Belly.
No, not the drag strip. They're
It's only 2 I know.
both gone.
Ennis.
They're
Yellow
both
Belly's
gone.
still there.
No,
Yellow Belly is still there.
it is not.
It is still there.
Are you sure?
Positive.
How do you know that?
Because I drove my bike. You know, when I sometimes I'll get my bike out and I go. This was probably 3 months ago, and it was still there. And there's races every Saturday or Friday night or something.
It's been 50 years or so since I've been out there.
Yeah, it's still there.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
They put up a big fence so you can't watch the track. You know how they would
Yeah.
pull over on the side of the road and watch the track? They put
Yeah.
a big fence up.
Oh. Anyway, but we're going to go to Cleveland and we're going to Niagara, Watkins Glen. That's the name of
Watkins
the racetrack.
Glen, okay.
Watkins
I'm
Glen.
not a race fan.
Well, we're going to go there. It's a road racing track.
Okay.
So you'll be on your back and down your knee on the ground.
Right, yeah.
Sliding the back tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might want a steel shoe, though. Oh, that's a different race.
You can just get 2 steel shoes because you both turn both ways. I tell you what you do. Here's what you do.
Raise the flag, Joe. Raise the flag. What time is it?
It's a
Push the
quarter to
button.
2. What?
They're great.
The quarter till 2 button.
There's not a quarter to 2
Yes, there
button.
is.
There is not.
There is 2.
There is not.
There is.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. There is not a quarter to 2 button.
Yeah, there is.
There is not.
You played it last week, and Bessler played it for me.
That ain't it.
That might have been it. Listen.
Almost live from the CHUMP studio. Welcome to the World Report with Rick Fairless and Joe T.
This ain't it. There's crowd laugh. There's double dare. Got the long fart.
It's on there somewhere. There's always a quarter till 2.
I'm telling you, it ain't on there.
We have a clock that's been stuck on a quarter till 2.
for 20 years.
145, if you will, for all these years.
Anyway, here's
It's-
what you ought to do. You know your footboards
Yeah.
that I've got on my bike
Yeah.
and you've got on a couple of your
Yeah.
bikes? You take a couple of those and
Yeah.
some duct tape,
Yeah.
and you duct tape that on your feet, and then you ride the track and you put them down, throw sparks and everything. It'd be great. I'll give you $100 if you'll do that.
That won't even pay for the footboards.
Okay, I'll buy the footboard and give you $100.
But it's in first part of May, and if you're coming off those Great Lakes, don't they got that wind effect or lake
Maybe, I don't
effect,
know.
whatever all that is?
I have no idea. I hadn't looked at the weather.
Cough
But-
that way. Turn your head that way. You
I'm
don't
going
need
to cough
be
on this so nobody will touch it.
spraying it that way.
And then we're going to go to Niagara Falls. And are you going to go over to Canada?
Do you got to have a passport?
Yeah.
Well, I got one.
Yeah.
What are you going to do over there? Maybe we'll play golf in Canada. Because we got a free day in Niagara Falls, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I got to get my passport.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So a cool Richard Petty story. This was probably 10 years ago, maybe the first or second time we ever rode.
Yeah.
And we were somewhere in Virginia. You know, when they have these stops, they advertise, you know, hey, the Kyle Petty charity ride's going to be coming through here. We'll stop for lunch. There's an autograph line, you know, where everybody can line up with their hoods and footballs and everything for
Toy
Richard Petty and
cars.
Herschel and all that to sign.
Yeah.
And they give you some material that, you know, they can sign. So we were going through this little town where we were going to stop at the other end of town.
And they tell everybody what time we're going to be there.
Yeah, they know within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
People are holding up. Richard Petty was right in front of me on this leg of the ride. People are holding up the big Richard Petty statues, doing it like this in great big signs, and he's just riding and waving and waving. And then after that, he was behind me on the next leg, and he rides a big Harley three-wheeler. And so we got on the highway for, most of it's never on the highway, but we had to get on the highway, and so people started going. Some people were passing and all that.
Yeah.
And then so somehow I lost Richard Petty, and then we got off
Did
the
you
highway.
tell this story last week?
Wait, did you say last year?
Last week.
No,
I think you did.
I didn't. I didn't bring up Richard Petty's name last week.
Are you sure?
Bessler, run the tape.
Okay, go ahead.
So I may have told you last week. I didn't say it on the show. So we're going, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I lost Richard Petty, you know, because he was riding behind me. It's like bigging, you know. I'm watching him make sure he's okay. And then we were
Let's
coming
see.
up.
This guy that rides carts 200 miles an hour.
He's like
has been
80
doing it
something.
forever. You're keeping an eye on him.
Do they go 200?
Yeah.
Does
At Daytona,
NASCAR
they do. Daytona and Talladega.
So we're going up this hill, and I look in my mirror, and that some gun was right on my ass, and
Yeah.
that big blue Harley three-wheeler, and I started smiling. And I thought, what am I worried about him for?
I don't know why you, like say, going 70 is like, that's barely
Well,
moving
he was
for him.
behind me, so I couldn't help but to keep looking back there to make sure he was okay, because he was 80 then, or late 70s probably.
He was probably back there going, I need to watch this dumbass in front of me. No telling what he's going to do. Richard was probably watching you.
North Dakota has more registered guns than they do people.
Everybody's got two.
At least two. I don't even know what the population in North Dakota is, but I bet the city of New York is bigger.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the population of South Dakota is only like 700,000 or 800,000
Right.
of South Dakota, and I bet North Dakota's less. Hold on, you want me to find out?
Oh my goodness.
Hold
Do
on.
I have to whistle again?
No, wait. You don't have to. Where did it go? Oh. What's the population of North Dakota?
So
I
the other
think I
day,
messed this up.
last night my wife was saying that there was a new movie out, or I guess it's a second year or the second season, called The White Lotus. Have you
Never
ever
heard of it.
Supposedly it's a pretty famous movie, and maybe it was there last year. So we were eating supper last night. We went out to eat for Valentine's Day. We were eating supper.
You know, Valentine's was last week.
No, it was Friday, so we went out Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
Today's just Sunday. So she's telling me about this movie, White Lotus, and I said, just to make her squeal, I said, wait, did you say White Lotus? She said, yeah. And I said, oh, I know that one. It's about a basketball player. If looks could kill, I would have died there in El Chico.
I thought you went to El Phoenix.
Same thing.
You do this just for your own amusement, don't you? Nobody cares what you're talking.
I amuse myself
Yes, you do. You do that more than anybody I know.
just to make her squeal. I said, oh, I know that movie. It's about a basketball player. She rolled her head and looked at me. I couldn't help but laugh.
What is it about?
I don't know. Maybe it's about locusts or something. She said something about people get killed and you got to solve it or something.
Never
Ask
heard
that
of
thing what white locust is. Lotus.
it. Oh, okay.
Locust.
What is White Lotus? I think
Something
I
about
messed
you
this
got to
up.
solve it or something. You don't even know how to work that damn phone.
I don't.
So, Frank
Hold on.
Sinatra.
If you had better, it's a TV show, popular on HBO.
Yeah.
Luxury resort. Each season is different. Doesn't really tell you anything.
Something about solving a mystery.
There's a bunch of dark secrets wrapped around a suspense of dark
Yeah.
humor.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's like that Dungeons and Dragons Bundy's doing. You got to solve it at the end, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of like that.
Huh. I don't know why my thing got messed up. There it is.
Did you know that Monopoly prints more money than the U.S. Treasury?
No, I did not know that. But I'm not surprised by that. But you can't really spend that money.
I know, but would you think Monopoly is still that popular that
Well,
they're
but they make Monopoly everything.
They do? What else do they have?
There's a Monopoly Austin. There's a Monopoly Sturgis. There's a Monopoly.
I think I got a Monopoly Irving now that you say that.
Yeah, they make all these. They make thousands of different Monopolies. Basically, it's the same game. They just put crap from.
So instead of Boardwalk and Park Place, you got Irving Boulevard and Northwest Highway.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Like Monopoly Sturgis has got
When we did
Spearfish.
when we did that job swap where I sent some mechanics to Switzerland,
I thought it was Germany.
we did 3 of them.
Oh.
One of them I sent the mechanics to Switzerland, and they sent a couple here. And I was talking to my guy. He called me and he said, "How's it going?" He said, "It's really great here." And he said, we're staying in this little village, and he said, "We have a beautiful view of the Swiss Alps." He said, "I got a beautiful view of the Swiss Alps." And I said, "I got these Swiss guys are staying in the Comfort Inn. They got a beautiful view of Harry Hines."
And the hookers. The 2 hookers that are walking the street. But the entertainment's cheap.
This is kind of how I started the company. Me and Joe T went to Daytona, and we laughed just like this
All the way.
whole way. And that's where I came up with that idea. I said, "Listen, Joe, I've been thinking about this. I think I want to start a motorcycle shop." And I knew you were going to say, "Oh, no," but you didn't. You said,
I said, I'll help you.
Yeah.
On that job swap, what's the purpose of that?
Well, it's like and I haven't ever watched those shows, but don't they do wife swap and some of that?
I've never seen that.
Well, it's where people swap.
But were they filming it while they were here?
Yeah, it's a TV show.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just shooting some
it's
yahoo in Germany.
so we sent.
Hey, I don't like my employees. Let me send them to you.
So the people that came, my mechanics work on Harleys. So the mechanics that we sent up there work on Harleys. They sent them up there. They're working in a bicycle shop. So these mechanics that came down here are mechanics worked in a bicycle.
The guys
big
they
bicycle
sent didn't know what a
shop.
spark plug was.
That's right. That's right.
So they were very beneficial to you.
No, but that's the show.
What
That's
did you
the
have
show.
them do?
Working on Harleys. I think we worked on one of them was yours that they worked on.
That must have been that one when I drove down the street and something fell off that day.
No, that was it's the show. They come in and they know nothing about what you're doing, and so you're trying to teach them, and then there's a damn language barrier on top
And then
of
your
that.
guys were over there working on bicycles.
That's right. They're working on
It
bicycles.
was just a chain.
So you know who I sent over there? I sent Rodney and Sean Phillips.
Yeah, I remember Sean going.
So they picked him up from the airport on a bicycle built for three. So it was the owner of the bicycle company.
What do they do with their luggage?
And Sean Phillips. It's TV. They got a Jeep that's hauling all the luggage.
See, I worry about that stuff. What do you do about luggage?
What are you worried about the luggage for?
Speaking of that, how are we going to get our luggage to Traverse City? Haul it in the truck?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you coordinated all that with Herschel yet?
No.
Because I think we got one too many bikes.
I'm sorry about your luck there, Joe. Hey, worst case scenario, I got another. You got a truck and I got another trailer, or
Yeah.
you got a trailer.
Well, but it's not so much that. Then you got to get that truck and trailer to Hot Springs.
Well, we got to have somebody doing it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So.
But Herschel's got a friend that is a retired truck driver.
So he's
Actually,
gonna
there's
drive.
two of them. And so they ride together, and they're both retired, and they pull the truck and the trailer. They use my truck and trailer.
We just need to coordinate with Herschel how many bikes.
Well, I know how many. It's Herschel, his nephew, his cousin.
Terry,
Yeah, that's
Lorenzo,
and Herschel.
Herschel.
Gary and Terry and Herschel and Lorenzo. That's 4.
Okay.
Mine and yours 6.
Okay. I thought there was one more.
No, because Bill used to go, but I don't think he's going anymore.
Oh, okay.
Herschel said he might go, but he told me that the last couple of years and he hadn't gone.
Okay.
So we go on that Kyle Petty ride with Herschel Walker. He's a good friend. That's a picture. Can you see that picture up there? Yeah. That picture is me and Herschel riding, and they filmed it for NBC or whatever.
I don't know.
He called me one day and he said, hey, Bob Woodward, you know, the newscaster, he said he's coming to spend a day with me, and it's supposed to be like a normal day, so I'm going to come up there and we'll go for a ride. And I said, okay.
Isn't that bike up on the lift right now?
Yeah, so
Just
we're getting it
updated?
ready to go back to Georgia.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
So he's not taking that back?
No.
He's going to ride his Honda, right?
Yeah, he rides one of the big automatic Gold Wings.
Yeah.
That Honda gives him a new bike every year.
Yeah. So, and then there's also a bunch of, if you're anywhere along the route, it's kind of neat because you get to see Richard, Kyle, Herschel, and then all these other NASCAR
Well, they
drivers.
told me a long time ago, they said, wherever because Richard doesn't ride the whole ride. He rides most of it, but not all of it.
I bet he rides the whole ride this year.
He may this year, but
It's
he
not that
usually
long.
rides most of it. And so, when we stop at the fan stops, Herschel's always the big number 1 draw
Yeah.
till Richard Petty shows up.
Yeah.
Then Herschel drops down to number 2.
Yeah.
There's a reason they call him the king.
Yeah.
Richard
Well,
Petty is the king.
I saw him interviewed this morning. Actually, the Daytona 500's fixed to start.
No, I don't think it starts till like 2.
No, it starts at like 12:30. I think 12:30 or 1. Maybe it's
No, I think
1:30.
that's when the coverage starts.
maybe.
I
But
think-
anyway, I saw him and Kyle were getting interviewed this morning.
Are they there?
Oh, the
Well,
king.
Kyle works there, right?
Huh?
Remember when we went to the Daytona 500, when we went to the Daytona Speedway, they have a big Richard Petty, or I saw it when I was there at Daytona, they have a big Richard Petty section up
Yeah.
there.
Well, they were interviewing them this morning. I don't know if Kyle's broadcasting this deal or not
Right.
because he's on one of the. I think it's on Fox, so it's probably not Kyle. I think he's on NBC.
Okay.
But Richard, anytime they have a giant NASCAR thing, Richard's there and is part of it.
Right.
How can you with the king?
So
not be
Al
part of it?
Capone,
What? Raise your flag, would you?
Al Capone, I remember I was reading it to you a while ago. So Al Capone, he died in prison of
Let's
syphilis.
see, we go from Richard Petty, the
Yeah.
king of all NASCAR.
To Al Capone, that's
Al
what reminded
Capone.
me of it. St.
How did-
Valentine's Day Massacre.
That reminds you of Richard Petty?
No, Richard Petty, the king, reminds me of the king of the mobs.
Okay, go ahead. What's wrong with you? Go ahead.
You amuse me, my friend.
I think you amuse yourself.
I may start another company if we don't stop this mess.
I think you amuse yourself. Go ahead.
So, him and his brother were largely responsible for putting the dates, the expiration dates on milk bottles.
What did they do?
You rushed me. I couldn't read it. That was just the headline. That was the headline. I didn't read it because you were rushing me. You were rushing
I
me.
was not rushing you to do anything. So now that's all you're going to tell anybody?
That's it. He died of syphilis. They said when
What's
he
that got
died.
to do with milk?
They said he died. He had the mentality of a 12-year-old. But when we were kids,
there's a segue. I know somebody else has got the mentality of a 12-year-old.
When we were kids, we didn't worry about expiration dates. We just toughed it out. If the milk was no good, Mom made us drink it anyway.
Just knock the top off of it.
Knock the top off of it and keep going. You know what I do remember?
If you get a straw and go through that, you can suck it out from the bottom.
Me and, I'd get up and me and Rand would want to eat breakfast, and I'm like 5 or 6 years old. And I'd say, you had the cardboard milk, right?
Yeah, the carton.
And I'd go in there, and I'd be little, and Mom would be in bed, and I'd say, Mom, we don't have any milk, we're out of milk. She'd say, true story, put some water in it and swish it around. Okay, and you put some water in
Sharon
it,
said.
Swished it around, and then you had like 2% milk.
See, we lived high on the hog. We didn't
Hollis,
have any money,
Oklahoma?
No, in Carrollton. We actually had a milkman.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he came twice a week.
In Carrollton?
Yeah. And he
High rollers.
And he bring milk, and they came into our house, take the milk out, put the new milk in, or take the bottles out. Mom would set them out by the refrigerator. He'd put the new milk in the bottles, in the deal, and leave.
We didn't have that in Irving.
Yeah.
We had it in Oklahoma with my grandma and grandpa's house. They had a milkman.
When I got older, we talked Mom into having him leave some chocolate milk too.
Right.
So we'd get a gallon or two of regular milk and like a half a gallon of chocolate milk.
Right.
They came to, it was the old Bluffview Farms.
Right.
Remember,
that was
Bluffview
in Carrollton.
was over there. Actually, the old farm was over there where like Richard Rollins lives now.
Don't tell the world where Richard Rollins lives.
Well,
You don't want people coming over there and seeing him.
They couldn't find him if they had tried.
No
But
comment.
that area is called the Bluffview area, and that was an old dairy farm.
Bluffview was?
Yeah. That was our milk, Bluffview milk. What else you got on here?
Peter the Great imposed a beard tax on his subjects. Let's see.
There's a beer tax now, isn't there?
Beard.
Oh, I thought you said
A beard tax. He wanted them to look neat, so beards were out of fashion. So he demanded that they all shave. So if they had a beard, he taxed them extra if they had a beard because he wanted them to shave. And
How much would your beard be taxed?
About 7 cents.
I think your beard's the one that says
I'm overtaxed.
if you'll shave it off, we won't tax you. It'll be better for everybody.
You ever seen my face without the beard? It's been a long time.
Been
Joe.
a long time. I've seen it without the beard, but it's been a long time.
Been a long time.
It's not so much the beard, it's all this.
Well, you want me to get a regular haircut like everybody else?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
I don't want to look like everybody else.
Well, you don't. You
Okay.
don't. You want to talk about your conditioner? There's 2 jokes that I think are the best ever.
Here we go.
One
Here
is about your hair conditioner. Ricky and I were one day, I said, his hair's all frizzed out. And I said, don't you use conditioner? And he said, yeah, I use some of this great
And he goes, it's not working.
I go, it ain't working.
What's the second one?
And the second one is, we were coming out of the bathroom, and I just left. And you said, don't you wash, he said, in Irving, they taught us to wash our hands after we go to the bath, after we pee. I said, well, in Carrollton, they taught us not to pee on our hands.
So I was in, one day I was in, where was it at? Market Hall? No, it was at the Kay Bailey Hutchins. And so there was a motorcycle show there. And so I was one of the invited guests, and I was there, and I went in the bathroom, and, there was a couple of people in there, and I didn't think anything about it. And then the next day I saw a deal on there on Facebook, and it said, just in case anybody was wondering, Rick Fairless washes his hands after he pees. And I'm looking at it, and I read it to my wife, and she started laughing. And she said, was there people in there when you peed? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, thank God you washed your hands. And I said, why is that news? Why is that? I guess somebody thought it was news to report it.
Like I say, in Carrollton, they taught us not to pee on our hands. So
In Irving, they taught us to wash our hands.
those are the two best ones ever.
Well,
Okay, what else? What other kind of crap do you have over here?
just not much. I mean, we're just talking about current events.
Yeah,
So we're building a few bikes.
yeah,
You're building an FXR.
uh-huh.
Getting close. We saw the paint
Paint's
Friday.
getting done. Yeah, redoing it. So
Yeah,
it's really
so-
a redo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's freshened up
yeah.
a bike that another guy had built.
Like an
year?
old
87?
like an old hamster bike.
87?
It's a 94.
94. Okay.
Yeah, it's an old hamster bike.
Okay.
And let's see, what else? What are we going to do about the why is my chair dropping?
You got a little deal on the side.
It just started dropping. Anyway, I'm fine. What about the Cowboy coaches? I saw a list of who else he was putting on his coaching team.
I think they've hired 17 new coaches.
I only saw like 3.
No, they've hired 17 new coaches.
So the whole staff is getting turned over.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Well, you know, his dad was Marty Schottenheimer. So our new coach is
Schottenheimer.
What's his first name?
I don't know.
Not Marty.
Short term Schottenheimer.
No,
we
they
just
call
call
him
him that.
Shots. Shots. That's his nickname is Shots.
Because he'll only be here a year or so. So
Are you kidding me? You know, when you remember when the GM of the Mavericks traded Luka Doncic?
oh, I saw a bunch of stuff on that the other day.
So all of a sudden, just like that, Jerry Jones went from the worst GM in Dallas to the second worst GM in Dallas. Just like that.
I saw a deal on that the other day. There was speculation. What happened was the group that bought, they're casino people. We
Yeah.
were talking about this. They went to the city of Dallas and says, we want to build a casino, put Mavericks, do all that. The city said, nope.
Well, it goes to a vote, right? And
Well,
it
the
was
city
voted
said
down,
no. We're not going to let you do that.
Right,
So then the owners came and said, okay, we're going to move our team to Las Vegas.
right.
We're going to move the Mavericks to Vegas. The city said, nope, can't do that.
So they're
Dallas
trying to
love.
tank.
And so basically what the owner said was, I'll show you. And they traded the Luka guy.
Well, I
Got
don't
rid
know
of
if
him.
I believe that. I mean, I heard that. I heard that.
That was the theory.
I've heard that theory.
So they're going to tank the team and nobody will go. And, and Cuban don't care. What did he get?
Cuban's gone.
$3 billion?
Cuban's gone. He's out of it.
Well, he still owns a piece of
A
it.
small piece.
Yeah, but he
He
got
owns
his money.
Yeah, he got his money.
So he don't really care anymore.
So Dallas sports has changed. So I don't know. It makes me sick about the Cowboys, to have Philadelphia win. Philadelphia's obviously the best team in the NFL, but they're our arch rivals.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's hard to hate them. You hate the fans because their fans are kind of low down, loud mouths.
Right.
But Jalen Hurts, he's from Houston.
Did you see that deal? He lives in like a little small house
Yeah, he
down
lives
in
in like
Humble,
a
Texas.
$300,000 house outside of Houston.
Yeah, it's in Humble. So he's just saving his money.
Well, he's very humble.
Yeah. He is. He's a hell of a quarterback.
He's pretty dang good.
He's pretty calm.
Yeah.
They talk about nothing shakes up Mahomes. I don't think anything shakes up Hurts either.
Yeah, Hurts is pretty dang good.
Yeah. So
I just wished he didn't play against us twice a year.
Yeah.
So now you got the Redskins are really good now, and the Eagles are really good, and so we're down there with New York.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the St. Louis Cardinals used to be in our division?
Yeah. Been a long
It was
time ago.
Dallas, Washington, Philadelphia, New York, and St. Louis.
What do you think about what's his name going to New Orleans? Kellen Moore.
No. Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, yeah.
Yeah, Kellen Moore.
So I saw his acceptance speech or whatever it was. He's all excited about being there. Do you think he's ready to be a head coach?
Well, Dallas gave up on him, so probably.
Well, think about it. He was in Dallas, didn't win crap. Went to Philadelphia.
Dallas didn't win crap.
Yeah. Well, he was calling
Went to
plays.
Philadelphia, won a Super Bowl.
Won a Super Bowl, and now he's head coach.
Well, that's the way it works. They draw off of winning teams, except Dallas. We drew off our own team.
Guy that didn't have any offers.
Yeah, we drew a assistant coach. Has been an assistant coach for 25 years and never won nothing.
Yeah.
Been fired from 4 or 5 different teams.
You know,
that's our guy.
We ought to get a list of all like the Dallas employees, because somewhere way down there, like Water Boy or Tape Boy or Helmet Boy,
You know what
they're going to
was-
be the next head coach.
You know what was cool? They showed, Saquon Barkley was a missing piece for the Eagles.
Yeah.
They showed as they're marching down the street. There was a kid on the other side of the deal waving, and he got his attention, and then Saquon picked this kid up, and it's probably like a 15-year-old kid. He picked him up and pulled him over the fence so he could walk with him. He was the water boy, one of the water boys for the team.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, so Saquon wanted him to be in the parade.
Hey, that's cool.
That's pretty classy.
Yeah,
That's pretty classy.
That's the whole thing. I think Hurts is classy. I think Saquon is classy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's other than the people that live in Philadelphia.
And we know those people, some of those
We
people.
know some of those.
They, trust me, they hate the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, we've got one good friend that's die-hard Philly fan,
Right,
but we don't hold that against him.
right. Hold on, I got to send this text.
Oh, you texting.
Somebody texted me.
Hold on. Let me get some music going. I'll do this while that's on.
Almost
We need more
live from
music
the
on here.
CHUM.
Bessler, it's a tradition. We want Puff the Magic Dragon on
No,
there.
we don't. Don't.
So, Joe,
Tune in, rep.
Well, don't. I was going to say, you got a turd in your pocket. We don't. We do not want Puff the Magic Dragon. And we do
Why?
not want you singing. Neither one of those things. I thought we were trying to get people to watch this show and listen to it.
So-
that is not helping.
so we realize the first show has not aired yet, but by the time you see this one, the first show will have aired. Let us know what you'd like to see us talk about.
Yeah.
Because we call it the World Report. The old show we did for years was called the Rick and Joe T Dumbass Club,
That's
which
closer.
is probably more fitting. Probably more fitting, but the World Report makes us sound worldly.
Yeah. Well, we're getting older.
We're getting older. We're trying to settle down a little bit.
And remember, no wagering. We forgot to give our disclaimer.
What's no wagering mean? You
I don't
said that
know.
last week. I don't know what that means.
We don't want anybody betting on stuff that we're going to do or say. Nothing we say, don't take it to heart.
It's not like, I do my morning show every day, the 365 Project. It is a politically correct show.
This isn't.
This is not politically correct. I've tried to corral Joe T. He just runs loose, man. He's all over the place.
Hey, tell us how much politics you want us to talk about.
None. I'm not.
Ricky loves
I
politics.
hate politics.
He loves it.
I'm not talking about it.
You may have to. If the people
I'll
desire,
fire those people.
you can't fire those people.
I'll fire them.
The internet's free. You cannot fire those people.
That's always been a big thing. Is how the internet won't stay free forever, will it?
Yeah. Well, it didn't used to be free. It's kind of free now. It used to when the internet first started. Remember, you had to buy like AOL or some of those things. You had to pay for it.
Right.
And now it's free. It's like your telephone. Remember, you used to make a telephone
Yeah, but they're going to
call.
monetize it. They're going to monetize. I mean, I
Well,
know
it's
they're
all getting
monetizing it because
monetized
their
every day.
commercial's going to be in this show.
Yeah.
They're monetizing it.
When can I expect a check?
That's what I want to know. Where's my money? All right, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, we need to be more prepared next week.
Yeah, I'll try to do
Wouldn't
something. I'm
kill
past
you.
my closing, so
Wouldn't kill you to
From handlebars to world
tell me to do what?
affairs.
put together some stuff. I can't carry the whole load. My shoulders are not that wide.
I just try to
All
keep
right.
up. Hey, Bessler, if you can find us
Puff the Magic Dragon,
No.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
an old Poncho's flag, I'm going to get on and see on eBay, see if I can't find a Poncho's flag and buy it, Put
there's,
right here.
there's somewhere on there where it says maybe it's this.
What? That's just volume.
I know, but it's in one of those songs that says, it's always a quarter till 2.
It's not on there. I don't know where it is. He'll have to show me.
I think it's in that song that just played.
No. Oh, yeah, I think it is.
I think it is.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
All right, this has been the Rick and Joe T World Report. You need that music. That one.
That one?
This has been the Rick and Joe T World Report. Coming to
Walter
you
Cronkite.
from downtown
Almost
Dallas.
live from the CHUMP
CHUMP studio.
Welcome to the World Report with Rick Fairless and Joe T.
So, we used to.
What?
I just went blank.
I
just went blank right there.
I
gotta go.
Getting old is harder on some of us than others.
No, it's not for sissies. All right, I guess we'll talk to y'all next week. We're gonna try to do a show once a week. Bessler's gonna get it edited and we'll post.
And then you're gonna put some flash things up in the pictures.
Yeah. He'll make it all nice.
Like in the old Batman, they put zap or boom.
Say bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, y'all.
Tune in, rev it up, let's take a spin. The World Report's where the fun begins. From handlebars to world affairs, Rick and Joe are taking you there. It's the ride of your life, come on, don't hide. Rick and Joe, it's a wild, wild ride. Ooh, with Rick and Joe, it's a wild